wash your hands. Now, how we're going to start, I got to chop up this bacon and get it going. Chop it in half into small chunks. Be careful when you guys cut. See, I got it. I got my hands not flat out. I got my hands like this, like in a crab formation. When I cut, I had everything in control. Now I went ahead and diced up all the bacon, but I doubt if I use all of it. This is more than likely what I'm going to use. So get the bacon. Throw them already hot pot. You got this pot on a medium heat. You want to let that cook. Get the spatula up. Well, it's not really a spatula, it's a food turner really. And see the bacon on thick. You want the bacon to get real crispy. Now, I turn my attention to the onion. And what the onion does, it makes sure the bacon doesn't burn. I do. Half an onion. Proper way to cut an onion. Peel it. Half. And slice down. And you come in. You also and this knife that I got right now, it's not as sharp as the other one. You gotta get better tools, but it is. I work with what I'm working with right now. Now just cut into dice. Notice how I still hold the onion same way I was holding the bacon. It's nothing different when it comes down to chopping. Hold everything the same way. And that's enough onions. Now let's go check on the bacon real quick. And that's where you want it to be at before it starts sticking and burning and everything else. to add the onions. Remember, the onions, the flavoring to make sure that bacon doesn't burn. I can sit here and let that cook, and that bacon will never burn, it won't burn. Alright, now let's come back over here. Now we gotta get to the mushrooms. Now here are our mushrooms. We got white button mushrooms. We gotta rinse them off, of course. Always rinse off your food in cold water, not hot water. Always cold water. Anytime you gotta rinse your food off or wash it, always use cold water. Let's go back over here and take a look at this bacon and the onions. See how it's progressing along. How's it smell, Cortez?
Pretty good.
And that's just bacon and onions. I'm going to add some mushrooms to it. Notice, still hold the mushrooms the same way and get the bacon and the onions. Now, add the mushrooms. And we're going to let pause the video, too. Now we come down to the fun part. We add our wine to the bacon, mushrooms, and the onions. I'm going to let this cook, reduce down to get at least half that amount that's in there. Now comes to the fun part. Cleaning the fillet. Woo! Get to let them too. Are we editing? We just sound it out. Oh no, is it hot? I don't want nothing hot. Is your tenderloin, tenderest meat. You can cook this without any fat. You need any fat on this meat. And if it's done properly, you can always use a butter knife to cut it, or a fork. And this is how you cut the tenderloin. You always have this long piece right here that's going to come off each time. As you see, it separates if you move it around. You can buy this piece at the store and cut up into your own filet mignons yourself. I could probably get about 15 out of this one piece, and I paid $30 for this. So if you go to a restaurant and buy an 8-ounce filet, you can get it for like $50 off one piece. Now I'm gonna get like 15 of those out of this one piece. Now what they tell you, go cut your own stuff. So anyway, I'm gonna tell you how to do it. You buy it, you get the tail, cut it on off. This, you can use this later for scraps because it's still beef on there. But you cut this off of there too. You use this for your soups, stews, anything else you want to do on there. But it's not for filet mignon. Also, you have this piece right here. It is also on there. And you cut that off as well. Well, this piece, sometimes it depends on the shape. You can cut it, you can use this piece, maybe 2 or 3 pieces of fillets. We'll get to that a little bit later. And on here, all these little fat, everything that's fat on here is going to come off. All of that is going to come off. Filet mignon doesn't have any fat on it, any ligaments, nothing. Now that's the tricky part, getting this ligament right here to come off. It's only as good as the tools you have. My tools I got to do this with is not as great, so it might be as difficult for me to get this part off. But, you know, to each his own. The trick you really want to try to do is to get your knife, which I don't have the right knife to do. You have a knife with a pointed edge. I don't get it, so we're going to do it this way. Try to get that knife up underneath that tendon as best way you can. And you get it all because, hey, got the wrong tools. So I'm going to show you guys the lazy way to do it, because I can never get it right without the good way. Anyway, you got to take that skin. What I'm doing is like pulling it up so I can cut less of the meat off. You want to keep all that meat on there. When I get better tools, I'll show you guys the proper way to do this. But right now, we're just going to do what we're working with. And normally, you don't want to have none of that on there. You want to keep all of this on your meat. All the thing supposed to come off is the skin part, the white part. If I had a right knife, I could do that. But it is what it is. Yes, I know I'm butchering it. I'm butchering my fillet. For all you true chefs out there that know what's going on. Right? Let's see. Now, it's probably about to, it's probably doing a little bit better. On a piece, see if I can get a fillet out of here. Never throw away your ends for your fillet. Never, never, never. Now, as you can see, I have 2 fillets. One, 2. I don't have a scale. I have a scale, but you have the light on there. They're pretty small. I can guess those probably about 5-ounce fillets. And we're gonna get to this. Sometimes you can use that part as a fillet depending on the type of tenderloin you get. There's some doing things kind of ghetto over here. That's a fillet. Some other small one. You want to make them bigger? It's up to you. You can cut it here, 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 here. Whatever size you want your fillet, it's up to you. I made them small. I can make it big too. Big one. There we go. This right here, this piece, go to any restaurant, $50 on your plate, right there. Just for that. That's all you're paying for. What do we have? Another fillet. That's another fillet. That's another fillet. That's another fillet. And this is another fillet. In different sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 filet mignons for $23. Can't beat it. Can't beat it. All you gotta do is cut your own stuff and you're good to go. Now we're done cutting our meats. Now we're not going to be cooking all 11 pieces tonight, of course. We're going to store everything and maybe cook for a later date. I went ahead and add the broccoli while you guys are going. So let's get into it, man. No, we're not going to need that much seasoning to go to it. No. Sea salt, granite mix, oil. now. We can just cover it up and wait till everything else gets ready. Let's go check on our sauce. Camera, now let's go check on our sauce. They still got a long way to go. Very long way to go. And we check on carrots and broccoli. Looks to be coming along fairly nicely. Check on the baked potatoes. If you guys are wondering, I got kosher salt. Sprinkle a little oil on it as well. These are going to get better. Alright, we'll be back to the conclusion of our video when we put the filet on the grill. So, hang tight.